Okay, we're going to get this going. So here's the Marigold. Okay, it's been sitting there 4 weeks. Look at that, eh? She's soaked. You can tell by the color of the alcohol. Now what I use on this is just basically a straight vodka. You can also use a brandy. Just pour it all in. Now what I usually do with mine is I'll add, I add vodka to it, just a little bit above, so that when it starts to blend, it really blends and it's going to mix in. It's not going to dilute it. Trust me, this has been sitting there for 4 weeks. So, for some of you, it's about all you really need. So once it starts to blend, it's going to expand a bit on it. Okay, once this gets pulverized and really mushed down, then we'll strain it. Okay, so to give you an idea of what's going on. Alright, I'm going to turn this on, and when it gets done, we're going to start the process. Alright. As you can see, it's all pulverized and blended. I had to add a little bit more alcohol because it was bouncing around too much. That meant there was too much matter in there. So anyway, you can do it. This stuff will get stronger, and it always does. This is an alcohol base. I never use glycerin with my stuff. I don't like glycerin. Glycerin is a sugar. Becomes sugar coated, and when you make these things and you add glycerin to it, they only got about a year's life expectancy. Now, this is an alcohol base. I find that when they are in alcohol, they can last up to 10 years. Okay, now when you're making this stuff, I don't add water to mine. I make it in pure alcohol. If I want to dilute the ratio afterwards, I may add the water afterwards. You'll read things in books about adding water to certain herbs, and others just do more alcohol. What I normally do is I do everything in alcohol. Now, like a lot of Europeans, that's how they do it. They don't mix it with water. Now, if you want to do it that way, that's your call. This is how I'm showing you. This is one way of doing it. It's not the only way. Giving you an idea. Now, it's done. What we do then is we bring our jar with our strainer. What we do is pour it through. Yeah, too much. I hate wasting. Now, as you can see, it's already going through. See it seeping through? Look at that, eh? Nice and golden brown. Now, what we do with this, look at that. We're not even doing anything, it's already coming through. Look at that, eh? Now, as we give it a bit of a twist, we tie up the top ends. Look at that. This can all be done in your kitchen. Doesn't matter how big the kitchen is, how elaborate, how fundamental. This is all done in your kitchen. Look at that, eh? Now, what do you do with the leftover? If you want, you can dry it up. You can powder it. Use it as a condiment. You still are going to have something in it. Maybe not a whole lot, because you pretty well took it all out when you extracted it. But nothing goes to waste. Or you can put it back into your garden, let it break down, and do its thing. Look at that. That's just the first round. Never mind what we got left there. But look how nice that is, eh? 4 weeks. You got a remedy there that you can use just about any form or fashion. Look at that. That came out pretty good too. So there, look, that's what's left. There's still some life into it. If you want, you can throw it in as a tea. You probably might get one more tea out of it. That's probably it. As you can see, we grab it here, It's already seeping through. It's basically, we got most of the stuff out. So when we get done, Okay, there you go. There you have it. There's your marigold extract. Okay, that's after 4 weeks. I believe in letting things sit for about 4 weeks. You can let it sit longer if you want. The old eclectics would let things sit in segments of 4 seasons. There's 4 seasons in a year, 4 weeks in a month. Women's cycle on a 4-week period, so do men. So that's how a lot of them used to do it. You'll see books telling you can do it in 2 weeks. They'll have a weaker dilution, obviously. The longer you let it sit, the stronger it gets. There will be a saturation point where there won't be any more that the alcohol will be able to take out. But in the interim, you have a pretty potent remedy here. Like I said, it's used topically for different skin issues. It's used internally for different inflammatory issues, infectious issues. It's used in the reproductive area for women, especially to help keep the bacteria and viruses and fungus out of the system. It's an all-around thing. You can grow this indoors. You can grow it outdoors. It's something that everybody can have. You can actually add this component to shea butter and coconut oil and make a topical cream out of that. Lots of ways to use this. Lots of things that can be done with this. So there you have it. Marigold extract to your health, eh?